Hey guys, today I'm bringing to you a video on persuading someone to try something new. And day one's going to be all about stating your opinion and supporting it logically. So the first step for this is I want you guys to think of a product or an activity that you want to persuade someone to try. It could be a video game, it could be a sport, maybe a book you've read that you think they'd enjoy, a movie you've watched that you're like, oh, people have got to see this, or maybe even it's a new food someone should be willing to try. Well, after you figure out what you want to do, step two is going to be where you write down all the reasons why someone should try it. So, what makes it really fun? Jot down anything that you can think of that you think would be beneficial if someone tried your activity. And make sure that you're as specific as you can be. Okay, guys, so I wanted to show you an example. So if I were wanting to get people to buy a Nintendo Switch, I would want to make sure that I point out all the positives with it. So I'm just going to focus on the positives for this today. So if I want people to buy the Switch, I'm going to point out all the really good features that I can think of that are related to that. So if you're doing a product like I am, then you'll want to do something similar. If you're doing an activity, it's going to be the same thing. Think of all the positives that come with that activity. So if I'm thinking of the positives that come with owning a Nintendo Switch, the first thing I think of is how many different ways you can play it. So I'd be talking about how there's a TV mode, there's a tabletop mode that you can do with a buddy if you're staying the night at their house or something. And then of course the handheld mode which allows it to be portable and you can carry it anywhere. The other thing that I really like about the system are the controllers. So as you guys know, I like to exercise as I'm gaming, so I literally will jog in place for about a half an hour every night, maybe longer, and I can do that with this kind of controller very easily. And then if I want to play it traditionally, I can just detach it and plug it in. So it's super simple to use. Something else I might want to mention, the fact that you don't have to have internet to play against other people. You can actually link your consoles next to each other if you're within the same range. So that's pretty cool, but it does have online multiplayer for those that like to go online. Speaking of online, it's got the Nintendo Eshop, where not only can you buy digital versions of all the games, but you can get a bunch of classic games from Nintendo that way. And speaking of the games, that's one of the biggest reasons people love the system, right? They love all the amazing games that you can buy with it. So notice I just listed about 4 or 5 different positives, and that's exactly what you guys are going to do. You're going to think of what it is you want people to do or buy, and then you're going to list all the positives that you can think of that go with it. Okay, so once you have all your reasons that you jotted down, all those positives, the third step is to write 2 yes ma'am paragraphs where you state your opinion and then you support it with reasons that you came up with. So this is going to be extremely similar to what we already have been doing in class. It's going to follow that yes ma'am format completely. Let's go ahead and look at an example together. I want to break down a paragraph with you now, what a yes ma'am paragraph should look like. Okay, so the first thing we should have is my opinion. All right, so everyone take a look at the first sentence here. I think everyone should buy a Nintendo Switch because it has so many options. So right there is my opinion. Okay, so that's the opinion that I'm stating. All right. For example, you can play with the console at home, in tabletop mode, or on the go. Also, the controllers can be used in a variety of ways, which include exercise, 2-player co-op, or just as a standard device. No other system can provide options like the Switch can. So notice if I'm following yes ma'am, I've got my thinking first, that's the opinion. Then after that, I've got my evidence or reasons, right? And so notice I've got 2 pieces of evidence, and then I finish with my thinking again, or my opinion, down here. Okay? So notice that's what you're needing here, about 4 sentences. Okay? Let's go to another paragraph now, because remember, you're going to have 2. Okay, so take a look. None of these features matter if you don't have the games to back it up, and the Switch definitely has a robust gaming library. So notice again, what have I done in my first sentence? I have stated my opinion. That's my thinking. Follow that yes ma'am thinking. And here is the opinion part there, right? Okay. For example, all the classic franchises are here, which include games featuring Mario, Zelda, Pokemon, Animal Crossing, and so much more. Also, players can enjoy other excellent games from third-party developers. There are literally hundreds of games to choose from. So in this one, notice what happens next? All this evidence. Okay? And that's what I need from you guys today. State your opinion just like I did at the beginning of my paragraph, and then you need pieces of evidence to follow it up. It's okay if you don't have that last M. In this situation, it worked out great for me to have my opinion at the end again. But if it doesn't fit, that's okay too if you don't have it at the end. The big thing is, do you have all the evidence you need to support your original opinion? That's what I'm looking for, okay? Okay guys, now it's your turn. So remember, step 1, think of a topic or an activity you want to persuade someone to try. Step 2, list several reasons why that activity or product is so great. And then step 3, write 2 yes ma'am paragraphs that support your opinion. And that's it.
Wait for your next challenge. I know that you'll be back.